Well, Coach, congratulations. First Conference USA win. You have back-to-back weeks. You get to do something first. First win last week, first conference win this week. What was the celebration like in the locker room this time?
It was a good one. I'm sure it'll be on social media. Hopefully we didn't ruffle any feathers on it. But, anytime that, you're the first ever to do something, no matter what happens with this group, hopefully obviously we'll continue to get better. But they're always going to be remembered as the first win, this group of people. And so that's something we wanted to accomplish, and we talked a lot about that. Obviously 1-0 is the most important thing, but we had a chance to make history, write history. And our quote to end our video today was, victors get to write history. And so we wanted to make sure we were. I thought our guys played extremely hard for 4 quarters.
You came out in the third quarter with a 17-play, 9-minute plus drive. How much did that really set the tone for the rest of the ball game?
Well, we challenged, our guys there at halftime that it was important defensively. I didn't think we played overly well in the first half, and then offensively we thought we moved the ball pretty good, but we had to finish there, and to be able to do that out of the gate, get that. What was the score at halftime? 23 to go up 30-17 there right out of the gate. It was big to give us a 2-score lead, and it shortened the game, right? I think they panicked a little bit from that standpoint. We've got to learn how to finish. We had some penalties, and you look back and you look at the statistics and you feel like you dominated. And there was a chance to make that a 1-score game the whole time, and so we got to learn how to continue to finish offensively in the red zone a little bit and not shoot ourselves in the foot. But I thought our defense stepped up in the second half. I didn't think they played overly well the first half, but that drive, really, I think. 1 for offensively was awesome, but 2, I think that gave the defense a lot of confidence. Hey, if we can just go out and do what we're capable, they can't come back.
How much did that interception by Brylan Green late in the second quarter kind of help turn things and build momentum for you guys?
Well, it was a 10-point swing if you think about it. So we were up 20-17 at that time frame, I think, and they're driving, to go. We hadn't stopped them at all, and you get that. We get points out of that, and then we come out and get points at halftime. So that middle, everybody calls it the middle 8. I've never used that, but that's what people call it. And so for us to close the half with a field goal, I wish we had a touchdown there, and then to score again, give you that separation, maybe take some of their confidence away. I thought that was a huge turning point in the game.
And how pleased were you with Kaidon's performance on the whole night, but also that drive there late, right after that interception to get those points right before half?
Yeah, I thought he played extremely well. He stood in the pocket, made some nice throws. Obviously we had the 1 turnover, but you never felt like he put the ball in danger and threw it up for certain things. He made some nice runs when we needed to on some third down situations. This is the most. In my short time, the most confidence I've seen him play with, which is good. You want your quarterback to have some confidence and feel like he can make some plays. And I think you see him mature, there at the end of the game or towards the end of the game, he scrambles out of there and I should go down, and he sort of falls out of bounds, right? And he knew it immediately, and so that shows me, hey, he's mature and he's understanding the game. He knows what he needs to do. And so I think he's making some good strides. Guys made some good plays around him. I thought he made some nice throws and some pretty good balls. And it continues to get tougher because people continue to give him different looks. But I was pleased with him.
After last week's game, you mentioned wanting to see how Kaidon handled that week of success. How would you say he handled the preparation to what you deemed to be a very good performance for him tonight?
Well, I didn't think he overly practiced well the first 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, to be truthful. I think there was some mistakes as far as practice, some basic things that he shouldn't be making at this point. And so I was a little anxious to see, hey, is he going to respond in a good way? Thursday was nice. He did a good job on a Thursday. Friday it was a 10-point swing if you think about it. So we were up 20-17 at that time frame, I think, and they're driving, to go. We hadn't stopped them at all, and you get that. We get points out of that, and then we come out and get points at halftime. So that middle, everybody calls it the middle 8. I've never used that, but that's what people call it. And so for us to close the half with a field goal, I wish we had a touchdown there, and then to score again, give you that separation, maybe take some of their confidence away. I thought that was a huge turning point in the game.
And how pleased were you with Kaidon's performance on the whole night, but also that drive there late, right after that interception to get those points right before half?
Yeah, I thought he played extremely well. You know, I mean, he stood in the pocket, made some nice throws. Never, obviously, we had the one turnover, but you never felt like he put the ball in danger and threw it up for certain things. He made some nice runs when we needed to on some third down situations. This is the most. In my short time, the most confidence I've seen him play with, you know, which is good. You want your quarterback to have some confidence and feel like he can make some plays. And I think you see him mature, you know, there at the end of the game or towards the end of the game, he scrambles out of there and I should go down, and he sort of falls out of bounds, right? And he knew it immediately, you know, and so that shows me, hey, he's mature and he's understanding the game. He knows what he needs to do. And so I think he's making some good strides. Guys made some good plays around him. I thought he made some nice throws and some pretty good balls. And you know, it continues to get tougher because people continue to give him different looks. But I was pleased with him.
After last week's game, you mentioned wanting to see how Kaidon handled that week of success. How would you say he handled the preparation to what you deemed to be a very good performance for him tonight?
Well, you know, I didn't think he overly practiced well the first 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, to be truthful. I think there was some mistakes as far as practice, some basic things that he shouldn't be making at this point. And so I was a little anxious to see, hey, you know, is he going to respond in a good way? Thursday was nice. He did a good job on a Thursday, Friday, and then he obviously came out here. And so just continuing to tell him about just making sure that the preparation is what's got him to this point, and don't go backwards from where he's at. But he came out and played extremely well. I don't know if, you know, we have a lot of confidence in him. I don't know if we thought he'd, you know, do what he did today and the way he did it, and it was good to see.
Kaidon, early turnover, not the way you drew it up, but your response after that. Tell me about the boys you were able to go out there and play with after that and put up, you know, 3 touchdowns in the first half afterwards.
Yeah, it was just all mental. I knew the mistake that I made. I should just took the ball because that wasn't my read guy. They were playing their ends, playing upfield to try to keep us away from running out there, and I was just still trying to pitch the ball, and he ended up getting it and poking it out. But I just knew I just had to respond the next drive and throughout the whole game.
Looked like you got a rhythm there too, throw and catch. I mean, in that 60-yard bomb down the field to C.J. Daniels, take you back to that play and just the rhythm that you were in the first half.
Yeah, I guess they was trying to play a running back with their DN, and my read was the running back, but I guess he got hold up, so I looked to my second man, sent him running down the field, and I know the one that I got, I was able to make that throw on the money, and could have been even better to throw the touchdown pass, but I put it where it needed to be to get down the field and finish that drive off.
And to come out here and get your first win in your first conference game, how important is that for this team now to be 1-0 in the conference and 2-0?
Yeah, that was very important for us to just come out here and we just set the bar for us as Flames. We just want to go out here and we just compete and play Liberty football. Can't nobody beat Liberty but Liberty, and Coach tells us that every day, so we just go out there and execute the game plan.
Coach Chadwell was talking about how you were playing with a lot of confidence tonight. Where do you think that was coming from?
Yeah, it's just part of me growing up. Going out there, like you said, I'm not playing with looking over my shoulders. I'm just going out there having fun. Just going out there making the plays that need to be made and executing them, helping execute them at practice. I mean, at practice we've been getting pretty much the same looks that they went out there and ran today. So big shout out to the coaches for helping us and the scout team for helping us with all those looks this week and going out there and executing.
Coach Chadwell mentioned that obviously you had a good game last week. Beginning of the week, practice was a little shaky, and then things got better after that. What have you learned from last week and now heading to this week in terms of focus, preparation, and things that go, especially as you have success and teams try to counter that?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being successful, I feel like the offense will be successful. And when the offense is successful, the defense is being successful. So I'm going out there knowing what I'm supposed to do every play, going out there executing, playing hard, being a leader. Everybody else going to go out there and try to do the same thing. And if we just all do it together, we're going to come out with wins on top.
Has that gotten you to a point where you put more focus on being on top of things day in and day out just because of that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, after practice, they pretty much drop film right after practice, so I'm on it, watching film, watching all my mistakes, correcting myself, and just trying to be better every day.
C.J. Daniels has been hampered by injuries a lot the last year plus. You know, how excited is it for you to have him out there, you know, catch balls? You know, you talked about that 60-yarder, but a couple others as well, too.
Yeah, CJ, he's a big part of the offense. He's a weapon that we have on the outside, and even moved into slot for some players. You know, he has been hurt, but today he came out and showed everybody that he's back, and he played pretty healthy today. He made the great plays that he needed to make to get us down the field, and overall he did a pretty good job today.
What did you guys do to challenge yourselves? What did the coaches say to you guys to challenge you during that second half?
For us, I mean, we just had to slow everything down. I think, you know, once we got our head together, everybody's day 111. It showed in the second half, and we just came together and played as a unit.
Another interception for you this week. This defense gets 3 more takeaways. Is that a big bright spot here tonight for this one?
Oh, yes, sir, yeah. Anytime we can get turnovers for the offense to score, and especially how they ran the clock out tonight, it's always a big deal for us.
That first drive Mexico State had, came down, marched downfield, got a touchdown real quick, a lot of yards on the ground. Did you guys, what was the message about on the sideline? You guys you make big adjustments for that? Because it seems like you guys kind of picked it up after that.
Just breathe. At the end of the day, just breathe. It's one series. It's okay, man. We got a whole 4 quarters to go left, so just breathe and we do what we got to do.
Brylan, Coach Chadwell just said that you might have NFL caliber talent. And I mean, you showed it here today with a previous interception and the same one last week. Can you talk about your performance and the confidence that this coaching staff has in you?
Yeah, my performance tonight, it was good. I think it came from everybody else doing their job. You know, me being able to trust everybody else on the field, and I do my 111, and then if they throw the ball, I mean, I go get it. That's all I, you know what I'm saying. Once everybody does their one job, like I said before, play as a unit, and everybody get paid. Everybody get paid.
You didn't get to spend a lot of time with the football team in the spring, playing baseball and other things, but you know, new coaching staff. How much of an emphasis did you put on, you know, trying to prove yourself to this new coaching staff that, you know, you belong on the field?
Yeah, I think, you know, me playing last year a little bit, I think it helped a little bit. You know, being that I was in baseball and they really didn't get to see me in the spring, so just trusting my abilities and knowing, you know, during fall camp that was my time to shine and really show myself to the coaching staff. And you know, now that they trust me, you see the result.
You've been, you know, fighting through injuries. You know, obviously you had the ACL a year ago, and then hampered a little bit in the training camp. How much fun was it for you tonight to get out there on the field and be able to, you know, kind of show what you can do?
It was definitely a blessing in disguise. You know, just coming back from what I had to go through last year. Just being out here at nighttime, seeing all the fans, and just doing it with my guys. That was like the most important thing to me. It was definitely a blessing, though. I was very excited to be out there with them guys.
Take us through that 60-yard pass that you caught from Kaidon. I mean, you know, did you think you were going to get the ball thrown to you? I think he said the back was his first option, and then it looks like you had a couple steps on the defender.
Well, number one, I always expect to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay ready. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get ready. But yeah, I always expect the ball. I seen the ball in there. I seen he had a good pocket. I was running the over. All the over routes was killing him. We seen on film and stuff. So I was running the over. He threw a perfect ball. I seen Noah with a block. I seen the defender coming, made a move, got in his zone, just had a nose for it.
CJ, can you talk about your connection with Kaidon? I mean, 4 receptions tonight for, I believe it was 120 yards and a touchdown. Can you talk about your connection with him? And was that something new you guys developed, or was that there for a bit?
That's my roommate. So, you feel me? That's perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a roommate with the quarterback. So, it's just it just really goes back to the off season. You know, we put a lot of time in. Just doing extra, you know, just for timing, just for like just personnel, just for him to get to know me and for me to get to know him. So it definitely goes back to definitely the offseason.
Speaking of Kaidon, Coach Chadwell's talking about his growth that he's made going back since like the spring, since he got here. What have you seen out of him that's kind of allowed him to kind of, you know, not just win the starting job, but take this next step?
Right. I'll probably say I've definitely seen him grow since he's got here. There's definitely a lot of things that he put aside just so he can be QB1, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that as a quarterback that you can and can't do, but he's definitely matured in my eyes over this past couple months.